Okay, so you may need to stretch the muscle around the scapula, as well as do half press-ups. I call them scapular press-ups that you can do, where you keep your arms straight, you go into the press-up, you drop down and then you push away, you drop down and you push away. Some prone cobras, some one-arm cable pull as well. But you may have, what's it called? Scapular weakness. It might work, give it a try. But if your serratus anterior is weak, you need to strengthen that as well. Because remember, the serratus anterior helps with the strength of the shoulder as well. Okay. Yeah, that will help as well. Are you doing wood chopping from the floor and down across the body as well? Oh, you're right-sided dominant. Okay, so you need to do more left side work to balance it out. Good, yeah, I done that today. Not today, yesterday. I've got a whole load of exercises in my head to do with the fitness bands, which I'll be uploading over the next couple of days. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's okay, it's no problem. I do love that exercise. I've got to do lots of back lunging because I'm not good with my back lunges, so I'm going to strengthen that over the next couple of weeks. But everything else is quite fine. I mean, no pain whatsoever, which is great. Any other questions? Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber, but thank you for watching and being live with me tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Appreciate your time. But if you've got more questions, then I can answer your questions. What else did you do in your pull pattern day? So you did the reverse wood chop. Anything else? Anybody else got any questions? Please give us a thumbs up and thank you for coming on to the video, live video. So if you've got any questions, I'm here to answer your questions on exercise, fitness, weight loss and obesity. I'm going to try and do some premiere videos over the next couple of weeks. I just got to learn how to use the system and then we'll do some premieres. Oh, thank you for the like. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so when it comes to exercise is like a drug. You can take the wrong drug, the wrong exercise and get the wrong high or get the wrong result from it. So it's very important that we look at physiological load in the body. And if your physiological load is too high and you're doing CrossFit, you may get injured because your physiological load is too high. And at this time at the moment where we're all stressed out about COVID, it's really important for us to keep our physiological load low and not high. Ah, well done. Well done indeed. That sounds like a good program to me. Thumbs up. So it's talking about physiological load. So it's really important that you get that checked. So what I would say is if you wake up in the morning and you're too tired to train, then don't train, or do some light Tai Chi exercises like you can see on my channel, or you could just go for a walk. So it's not necessarily all about, you know, beasting yourself every day to get a workout. So I walked around the park and I walked backwards and forwards to the shop today. So that was my workout, but I'll still have a shower or a bath tonight, and I'll still do some light mobilizing exercises and some corrective stretching. And with stretching wise, depending on what scale you are on the Rocabado scale, many people will stretch the muscles that are easy to stretch and avoid the ones that are hard to stretch. So really you need to look at your kinesiology of your stretching, in which to make sure that you're stretching the right muscle. So I've been working with a client for a while and he's hypermobile in his hamstrings and he wants to stretch his hamstrings to death. And I said to him, look, this is where your lower back pain is coming from, because you're overstretching. And many people don't understand the philosophy of less is more, or the philosophy of, you know, if it doesn't need stretching, don't stretch it. And this is what happens with a lot of people with fibromyalgia and other, or they've got hypermobility, whereas they'll score on the Rocabado scale 5 or 7, so they shouldn't really stretch because they're just pushing their body all over the place. And these people are normally brilliant at yoga but crap at everything else. So really important that you get an assessment to find out what you should be stretching and what you should not be stretching. And when it comes to exercise prescription and getting that right, this can be a bit of a minefield. I've been in like Nuffield Health gym, and the trainers put the program up on the board in Nuffield Health gym, and there's like 500 exercises, and it's way too much, and it's not specific for each individual case history. So this is what's wrong with group fitness. If you go into a group fitness scenario, let's say you do group fitness over the park and there's 20 clients, yeah, the trainer's earning £200 at £10 an hour, but that's 20 case histories that where these people can end up getting an injury or having an accident or not getting clear understanding of what they should be doing. So I went to the local CrossFit gym a couple of years ago. It's closed down now, and when it was there, I went and asked the guy to show me how to do a deadlift. I didn't tell him what I knew or what I studied, and he showed me a deadlift and I did it really wrong. And when I showed him that I was doing it wrong, I said, how long will it take you to correct me? He went, oh, 3 or 4 sessions. Now if you all put your hands together like that, so that's the motor engram in your brain, that takes 300 repetitions to build in the brain. Then when you change your thumb position, it feels different in the brain when you change it around. That will take 3,000 to 5,000 repetitions to change. So if somebody comes to me with pain or an injury, I know that in which to get them out of pain and to get their bodies to change, it's going to take how many repetitions? Please comment below. How many repetitions? So it's 3,000 to 5,000, 3,000 to build. How many is it to undo that motor engram? It's 3,000 to 5,000. So can you see why, as personal trainers, it's really important to get your client committed to training for at least 3 months to get the change that they're looking for. So when I'm going to take a new client on, 5,000 repetitions, yeah, 3,000 to 5,000. 5,000, yes. So well done, great answer. So if you miss this out with your client and if you don't educate them right at the beginning, then, you know, in the fitness world, unfortunately, many people will just start and then they'll think, oh, right, I'm going to book this trainer. I'm not going to pay him the $5,000 he wants. What I'm going to do is I'm going to book him and blag it a little bit, and I'll book 10 sessions, and then I'll try and get as much knowledge out of him as I can, and then try and do it on my own. So I stop that automatically. I say to the client, look, if you're going to sign up with me, it's going to be a minimum of $5,000 up front. And that $5,000 will keep you going maybe for 3 to 6 months, depending on how regular they see me. And then what else I say to the client is say, if you're not willing to commit, then don't train with me. Find someone else. And I've done that many times. And my method with a client over the phone is to put them off. And the reason why I want to put them off and put barriers in the way, because I want to see how committed they are and how much they really want to do it. Because I really love what I do, and I don't want to be training somebody and thinking, I can't wait till this session's over. I want to be doing the session with the client and thinking, this session is excellent, I hope they're enjoying it, and we're going to see awesome results. So one client I've been working with, he's only been seeing me once a week, but he's been with me now 4 months, and he's the strongest he's ever been. And he can't believe the change that he's got just through seeing me once a week. And he'll do once 1 week, and then he'll have 2 weeks off or a week off, and then he'll come back again. But he's doing what I'm asking him to do, and this is really, really important. Consistency is the key. If you want your body to change and you want to get stronger and fitter and want to get out of obesity, you have to be consistent. And this is where a lot of affluent people get it wrong. So they'll call me and they'll go, but the other trainer is willing to do it for £35 an hour, Scott, but you're 125 an hour. And I'll say to them, well, what do you want? As an example, I go, we've got this watch here and we've got this watch here. Okay, so this is a Tag Heuer. This is some cheap diver's watch. Okay, so look at the quality of the Tag Heuer to the cheap diver's watch. Which one do you prefer? So this is what I say to the client is that, do you want the Porsche trainer or do you want the Skoda? So this is £1,000. This is 56 quid. This one I can get the money back on. This one I can't. So how many trainers actually write a really good program? 1%. So it's really important that when you're booking a trainer that you make sure that they understand program design. And the first thing I say to any client that calls me, how long have you been training for? Consistently without stopping. And what is your program? How many programs is your trainer giving you? And can I look at these programs so I can check that he's been doing everything? How many people, what do you think the percentage of people that have a training program that they've been training with their trainer for 6 months? How many of them will have their programs? What's the percentage? Please comment down below. So the percentage is 1%, which is crazy. Because when I go around the gym, I say to clients and stuff, and trainers as well, why would you work on the human body, which is more complex, more scientific than a car engine, and you don't even write down what you're doing? Isn't this majorly important for you to write down? Please subscribe and please ask your questions and I'll comment, and please like. Thank you. So it's really important that you be able to track and map everything that you're doing. And when it comes to obesity, is it a mental emotional issue? Is it just you're lazy? Or is it you just don't know what to eat? Now, with metabolic typing that I use with my clients, there's 3 main groups. You're either a protein type, a carb type, or a mixed type. And since I've been using the metabolic typing philosophy, I've been using that probably now 12 years. Everybody that I get on the metabolic typing diet, they all change, they all get stronger, they all get leaner, and they all get out of pain. Why? The trainers that are watching, please comment down below and tell me why you think they're changing. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, people don't want to do the stability. They don't want to do the flexibility work. But remember, I work with people that are in pain, or people that come to me because they're looking for a Czech practitioner, and they realise that the Czech practitioner system is very deep, very comprehensive, and it enables me to get 100% of my clients out of pain if they stick to it. And that's why it's really important for us as PTs or Czech practitioners to make sure that you qualify your client. I'm probably saying stuff that you guys already know, but I really go out of my way to put the client off. Got a little story for you. Had a client phone me. Hello, Scott. Was thinking about using you. I got neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain, and knee pain. I've been working with a physio for 2 years and nothing's changed. I've been to see the physio, I've been to see the osteopath, been to see the chiropractor, been to see the doctor, and I just don't know what to do. So I said, okay, that's me. It's going to cost you £125 for me to sit with you for 20 minutes. And I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And then I decide whether I'm going to work with you or not. So I'm sitting there with the client. And the first thing I noticed is that he was Asian. And I said, what is that I can smell? Did you have a curry last night? And he said, yeah, I did have a curry last night. He said, how do you know? I said, well, I can smell it coming out of your pores. I said, did you know that that's a really bad sign? If you can smell what's coming out of the pores, it shows you that the gut is not working. Nobody's ever said that to me. Are you trying to insult me? Don't be silly, mate. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to show you how I'm going to look at your body differently. And then after chatting to him for another 20 minutes, I said to him, right, so what do you want to do? I can see that your gut's not working. I can see that your stomach's distended. I can see that you've got more body fat than what you've got muscle. I will guarantee you I'll get you stronger. I'll get you out of pain, but it will take time and it will cost you a lot of money. Yeah, but I'm Asian. I want discount. So I said to him, okay, if you want discount, what do you want me to forget and what do you want me to miss out? And he said, I don't want you to miss out anything. I don't want you to forget anything. I went, well, pay me the right money. And then I walked off. So I went home. He'd already paid me for the consultation. Then he phoned me up and he went, Scott? I went, yes. He went, I still want discount. I will work with you, but I want discount. I went, okay, well, if you want discount, go and find someone else. And I put the phone down. Then he phoned me back in 10 minutes and he went, I paid the money into your account. We're ready to work together. So that is one committed client because, I didn't embarrass him, but I put him in a difficult position when his family was sitting there. And I put a barrier up of how much it was going to cost him to see me. And then I put another barrier up of how much it was going to cost him to book me in advance. And he stayed my client for a whole year. And when he first started, he couldn't lift 7 pounds off the floor. After us working together, he could lift more than 25% more than his body weight off the floor. And he could balance on the Bosu with no pain. But when I saw his training program from the physio, he had 15 different exercises. This guy had already had knee pain. And the first thing the physio got him to do was ride on a bike. So I checked his glute med and his glute med was weak. So I said to him, because your glute med is weak and your core's shut off, you're losing stabilization of the knee when you're cycling for more than 5 minutes. So I'm going to take that out of your program. And he said, well, I'm paying you a lot of money, Scott. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do. But you just need to tell me what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So I did that. And within 3 weeks, his knee pain had completely disappeared. So it shows that, when you get somebody that's really committed, you can really get some awesome results. Post some questions below if I'm rambling on and you don't want to listen to what I'm saying. But stress in the pandemic is really, really at a high level. So meditation I would recommend. I'd recommend reading spiritual books if you've got any. I'd recommend doing Tai Chi because that'll bring your stress levels down. And I'd recommend avoiding sugar as much as you can because sugar ramps up the nervous system. And I found if I have too much sugar, I want to go fighting. It's really weird. But by reducing your sugar intake will help you to sleep better, you'll lose weight and you'll feel much better. So the trainers that are on the live chat, I'm talking to everybody, and that's why I'm trying to generalize what I'm talking about. We're trying to cover the subjects of weight loss, stress and obesity and exercise and fitness. You'd love to know what? Or do you mean you love to learn? Just comment down below of any question that you may have. So another thing that you can do is that you could play a Tibetan bowl, and that'll relax you and chill you out, as well as you could do the exercise, the dragon exercise that I've got a video on my channel of, where the dragon exercise is from this book, which is really, really great, where you learn how to release anger, stress and anxiety. Great book, highly recommend it. I learnt about this book from Paul Check on HLC level 2, and the book's just got some awesome exercises in it, and I've tried all the exercises, and when I get highly stressed for whatever reason, I do the dragon exercise. Rah! And it really does work. It really does clear the stress and the anxiety. So any other questions? Has anyone looked into metabolic typing? Is there a specific subject you want me to talk about? Yes, no? I think people spin the wheel. Yeah, I think you're 100% right. You know, people don't want to do the flexibility work. They want to go straight into strength and power. And unfortunately, you know, they're not my type of clients. And then people end up getting injured or getting in pain. You know, I've probably seen 8 clients that have had disc herniations just from doing CrossFit. And they weren't ready to do CrossFit. So really important that, you know, if you're a person that's training in the gym, that you buy a good book on flexibility and learn about flexibility and learn about balance and do the balance work first. So it's flexibility, stability, strength, speed and power. So stay away from the power for as long as you can until you feel that your body is strong enough and ready enough to take them loads in which to keep yourself injury free. And really important to get your food right. So if you're not eating enough protein, fats and carbohydrates, then this may affect the way that your ligaments and tendons heal. So you may not heal in the way that you should be. And you've got to look at medical drugs as well. So there's a certain antibiotic that if you take it, it's one of the strongest antibiotics the doctor will give you. If you take it, it causes ligament and tendon damage. But does the doctor tell you not to train? No. Because they don't know. So it's really important that I was working with a physio. She was my client and friend and still is. And she educated me about this one antibiotic. And she said, Scott, if you get a client with this antibiotic, you must not train them or give them very light stuff to do, because the chances of you injuring them it skyrockets. So really important that when you're working with clients, or if you're just somebody that's going in the gym yourself, to make sure that you look in the box and look at the pamphlet and find out what the antibiotic may do to your body while on it. Really important. Really important to keep yourself injury free and to keep strong. Has anybody else got any questions? Don't be shy. I don't bite unless you pay me. Do you want to hear another PT story? Give me a thumbs up if you want me to tell you another PT story. This one's really funny. Come on, I need a like. Give me a like if you want to hear my personal training client story, which you may find funny. Everyone I've told it to so far finds it funny. No, nobody wants to hear it? Oh, bloody hell. So let me know if you have any other questions. I've been on live chat now for nearly half an hour. So if you don't have a question, I'm going to switch off, and I'll be live again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock if you think of a question that you want to ask me. Okay, I'm going to switch off now. Oh, okay. So somebody's liked, so I'm going to tell you the story. Right. So I had this client, went to see them, and they paid me in advance. And they're supposed to start in January, but they didn't end up starting till March. But then they said to me, they really hate exercise. And I should have, that should have been a red light to me, but I thought, right, I'll give that person a chance, and I started training him. But every session I done, I hated. It was a struggle just to go and train this client. And one day I had a bit of a dodgy belly and I wanted to use the toilet, and they wouldn't let me use the toilet. So I had to go in the woods and drop my cax, and I had to do a number 2. And as I was doing the number 2, these 2 dogs run in the bushes and were barking at me. So I'm going, go away, go away, go away. So as I'm doing my number 2 in the bushes, these 2 old ladies are going, I'm not going in there. Hello, Chris Woodland, Chris Woodward. I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. He might rape me. He might do something to me. And all I'm doing is pulling up my cax and going, where do I wipe my hands? Where do I wash my hands? And I couldn't. So I went back to the client and started stretching her, but I hadn't, I just wiped my hands on the grass. Like, I didn't shit on my hands, but you know what I mean? And I'm laughing to myself because have I seen mega magnesium? I don't know what that means. Yeah, magnesium is absolutely fantastic for the body. It will get you out of pain. It'll help you to sleep. Well, you can bath in it. You can use cream or oils, as well as you can ingest it as well. So with magnesium, it's great for inflammation and pain, as well as helping you to sleep. So if you have a magnesium bath and you feel tired after it, that's a sign of showing that your magnesium is low. So you need to supplement it. I supplement with magnesium virtually every single day and every single night because I get a lot of DOMS from hard training, and it helps the body to relax. You go into a deeper sleep. You just feel much better. Did that answer your question? So a great idea for the magnesium. So as I was saying about that story, so when I was studying in America, they nicknamed me the bear. And if you look at the animal frolics, or if you look at animal, there's a little bear there, look. Animal, what do they call them? Animal power animals, and one of my power animals is the bear. So then there was a joke when I told other people, does a bear shit in the woods? And he does, because I had to. So that's the end of that story. So I highly recommend vitamin C, magnesium, vitamin D, zinc, oil and iodine. Really, really amazing for the body if you want to feel at your peak. Anybody else got any questions? Please comment down below. On exercise, fitness, weight loss, obesity. Questions and answer. Did you like my story? Give me a thumbs up. No, so just say, I don't know why they're not showing up. The only last question you said, Jay Fitness, was, I love to know. That's the only one I can see. So try again and post if there's a specific question. I'm seeing all the others. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Have you got any other questions, Chris? Hey, I see that question. So post another one. Give me some thumbs up. Chris, are you one of my subscribers? Have you subscribed and liked? I will be on my, like, I'm using my iPhone at the moment, but I'll try using the Mac tomorrow. I'll learn how to use it to do live chat and see if that's a bit better, and see if the questions come in better. Any more questions? A great little book. Oh, you like the story? Thank you, Chris. Qigong, really good book. It's quite little, but got some great information in there. Good imagery in there as well. What other story have I got for you? I know another trainer, and this is his story. It's not my story, but I think it's a classic story. And he had a client go up to him and say, will you train me? When he was working in the gym, and he said, yeah, I'll train you, but it's $150 an hour. And the guy walked off. And this specific trainer is a really good martial artist and very, very hilariously funny. His sense of humour is wicked. And so he's doing his martial arts class, or teaching it, and this guy come up to him and tried to grab him around the neck. So what the martial arts trainer did, he threw him on the floor and went to punch him, and he realised it was the prospective client. He said, why are you grabbing me when you know I'm a martial artist and I'm a trainer? And the client went, I wanted to see if you was worth £150 an hour before I booked you, which I thought was a brilliant story. Right, I'm just looking at the comment. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think in the pandemic, people are either overeating, undereating. Some people are just not eating. I see a woman today walking along, and she must have had bulimia or something. She looked really rough. I want to give people like that my business card, but if you do that with people, hello, how are you? Hello. I want to give people like that my business card because I know I can definitely help them, but obviously they'll throw it back at me or stab me or something, so it's not a good thing to do. So in the pandemic, I don't care who you are or how hard you think you are, this is affecting everybody, and mentally and emotionally. I don't understand. You put no AL image. I don't know what that means. Can you put it in English, please? So really important that you don't beat yourself up and that you snack. So snack on, even if you're going to put on a little bit of weight, even if you're snacking on foods that you really like, that may be high in sugar or maybe high in carbohydrates, it's much better for you to eat than not to eat. Oh, you like my story? It was a good story, wasn't it, Chris? Oh dear. Oh, I've got another story for you. Right, so this is me. I still don't understand what you're saying. You're saying no, and then the rest of it's not coming out right. So this is another story. So I was on a course, and we was doing gait assessment, And I get, because I've got dyslexia, my mind is like a gnat. It's all over the place. Unless you get me, unless it's really in-depth, great information that I'm like, oh, I've got to learn this, and I really try and concentrate. So we're doing this gait analysis, walking up and down, and there was like 9 other trainers. So then oh, hello. Thank you for the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't, and please give us a thumbs up at the top and ask your question in English if you can. So go back to the story, and I'm getting really bored. So I thought, I'm going to make them laugh. I'm going to show them my ferret. Oh, okay. I'm going to show them the ferret. So what I did was I dropped my cacks and I done a moonie backwards, walking backwards, going backwards towards them. And as I got so close to them, they'd all disappeared and went to go and get some food. Well, after seeing my bum. And then the guy that was really funny said it looked like I had a ferret up my bum because I've got a really hairy bum, which I thought was hilarious. So I decided to make the course a bit more funny, you know what I mean? Has anybody got any funny stories or any funny things that they can tell the group to get us all out of lockdown depression? Yeah, so I think it's really important with exercise to do something that you enjoy, but something that's going to give you the results that you're really looking for. So I'm training to get more toned and a little bit more muscle mass because I'm going to be 50 in February. So don't forget my birthday card, or I'm coming to get you. What's that? Out of the box. Interesting. So really important that you have fun, and that if you're finding it hard and you need somebody to talk to, you can either talk to me on here, that's fine, or you could send me an email and I'll chat to you via email. We do a private session if you want, because I know at this time we all need a bit of support. I don't understand what he's saying. Me and... I don't know what that means, mate. Just speak in English. I'm English. I'm from Essex. So anybody got any more questions for the live chat? And have you enjoyed it? If you have, give me a thumbs up. I'm just trying to think of another story. Oh, I could tell you a story when I was a doorman. Do you want to hear that? Yeah, do you want to hear the story when I was a doorman about 2 girls that I wouldn't let in? You might laugh, you may not laugh. Give me a thumbs up if you want to hear the story about me on the doors. I don't understand, mate, what you're trying to say. Okay, so the story, when I was a doorman, like 22 years ago, I was working on this bar called O'Neill's, and we had a queue of about 50 people. And they had a rule that you let people in, but if they left, you wouldn't let them back in again. And because it's in the West End, people think that they can just come in and out. But because the bar was so busy, we couldn't allow this. So these 2 American Yank birds come up and they're like standing there. Can you let us in? Yeah, go on, go in. And as they go in, they're in there 10 minutes. And because it's so busy, they come out again. So as they come out again, I say to them, look, you can't come back in. But if you do want to come back in, you've got to make sure that you go to the back of the queue. So it's going to be a long time. So they go off, they go and get something to eat or something. Then they come back and they bypass 50 people and come to the front of the queue. And they go, we're coming in. No, you're not. You got to queue up. Yeah, but we was already in. No, you got to queue up. No, but we was already in. No, you've got to go and queue up. So in the end, I said, what part of F off don't you understand? And what part of you're too ugly and you smell that I'm not going to let you in, don't you understand? Then they like give me the birdie and, give me signs, and then they walked off. But the other doorman that I was working with that night were like rolling up, They said, that's one way to stop somebody coming in, isn't it, Scott? And I went, well, some people just don't understand English when you're trying to tell them something that they're not allowed in. But that was like 22 years ago, so long time ago. I've changed a lot since then. Oh, you're walking off? Oh, is that a smiley face? Yeah, it looks like a smiley face, 2 A's. So was that a good story? Was that not a good story? Oh, it was a good story. Yeah. Have I got any more stories? Just trying to think. I've got so many, but some of them could be too rude for here. Yeah, so I hope you're all doing okay through the pandemic, and whether you think it's fake or not, I don't know what the fuck it is, but all I know is it's screwing a lot of people up, and it's not right, is it? You know what I mean? People are not getting the mental health needs. Many people, especially guys and girls, can't train in the gym, and unless they're experienced, they don't know what to do at home. That's why I started uploading lots of videos to try and help people. I don't understand that. That's in Italian. Is it Italian? Need to speak in English. I'm speaking English. Ugh. Any other questions? Hello? Please subscribe. So obesity, if it's like major obesity, if you're 3 or 4, 5 stone overweight, it's normally a mental emotional issue. But if you're 1 or 2 stone overweight, it can be just you need to adjust your diet, you need to adjust your training program. Or if you're gaining weight on your program, it could be that you're eating too much after you train. So it's just a matter of finding out where the blockages are to get the body to change. And 98% of clients that I see, it's normally that overtraining or overeating. I had one client and trained with me for 6 months and she wasn't changing at all. So we done a hormonal profile test. We found out that she was in adrenal fatigue, as well as we found out that her food portion was like that. And I didn't find this out till we went out for dinner over her home. So I got her to reduce the food proportions and got her to eat more regular. So then the metabolism started to speed up, and then she started to lose weight. So these are could be a minute adjustment that people need to do in which to generally lose weight. So any other questions? Because I'm going to finish in a minute unless more people come live on the live chat. So make the most of this opportunity if you've got any questions. And thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for watching the live chat and taking part. I really appreciate it. And if there's any extra help that you need, just email me, activebryant@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Or you could purchase my book, which is called Holistic Health for Proper Geezers, Classy Ladies, Get the Body and Fitness You Want. And at the bottom of this live chat, there will be a link where you can click to Amazon and purchase the book. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight. I really have. Big thank you to all of you that have participated in the live chat, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Thanks very much. I'm going off now. Thank you. Bye-bye.